Welcome back to the channel for yet another video, and I bet you did not expect to see a transfer news video after the deadline day did end on Saturday night. Today we've got some Wrexham transfer news. Of course, I wasn't really up to date on deadline day with the late moves regarding 3 players going out on loan. We're going to be talking about all 3. We're going to be doing a loan watch from the players that were already out on loan, and are Wrexham still yet to sign another player in the upcoming days, and how Wrexham were targeting another striker on deadline day alongside £500,000 signing Mo Farl. But before we get going in today's video, if you're looking for all the best Wrexham AFC content on YouTube, this is the place to be. Make sure to get down there, click the red subscribe button. We're on the road to 26,000 subscribers, so any support of course is massively appreciated, and thank you to everyone who has clicked the first link in the description to buy me a coffee. I've tried to reply to as many as possible. You know, there's so many generous people out there, and I cannot thank you enough for the extra support you have shown the channel. So again, I cannot thank you enough for that, and if you would like to support the channel further, it will be the first link in the description below. And let's get talking Wrexham transfer news. So of course, as we saw on deadline day, we saw the signing of Mo Farl, and then we also saw the departure of 3 strikers, all heading out on loan. We're going to be starting off with the one that I think we expected the most. Billy Waters has left Wrexham AFC to National League side Halifax Town on a loan until January the 13th, 2025. So he only moves for around half a season to the National League club, a move that we possibly expected due to Billy Waters playing for Halifax previously in the National League. In this season, of course, where they finished in the playoffs, he guided them to playoffs, led the line for Halifax Town, scoring 21 goals in all competitions. Of course, they reached the playoff semi-finals. Billy Waters, what a season he had. He then got that move up to the Football League to Barrow, and then of course came to Wrexham, where things haven't really worked out for him. He's yet to hit the back of the net in a Wrexham shirt. He's been here for like 2.5 seasons now, 1.5 seasons if I'm right in saying. So it's definitely been a disappointing time for Billy Waters. He's had the string of games in the starting 11. He hasn't really taken his chance. So I think, you know, of course he went on loan to Doncaster last year to regain his confidence. Played a part in this season. Of course, Doncaster went on that incredible run of form, and Billy Waters was struggling to get into that starting 11. But, you know, Halifax Town, he's been there before. He knows the environment. I think Chris Millington, the Halifax manager, was the assistant when Billy Waters was there in their playoff campaign. So I have no doubt in my mind that Billy will work really well under the manager and will hopefully get scoring goals again, get his confidence back, and then obviously come back to Wrexham in the January transfer window. So I'm not really sure what the plan is with Billy Waters. Is it possibly, you know, if he has a good spell at Halifax, he'll come back in that January transfer window, we can sell him on for a fee, or will he come back to Wrexham if he's had a good spell at Halifax to maybe send him out on loan to an EFL side? We really don't know. It'll be an interesting situation come the January transfer window, but as it stands, Billy Waters has joined Halifax Town on a loan until January. The next striker that has departed the club on loan is Jake Bickerstaff. Similarly, a very similar move, of course, to Billy Waters. He joins National League side Altrincham on loan until January 2025. And I'm quite disappointed because I feel like Bickerstaff could have easily got a League 2 move. He could easily be a regular starter for a League 2 club. You know, the likes of Bromley, I know it's far away for Bickerstaff and he's such a young age and it's a short loan, but you think he could probably be starting for some, you know, League 2 clubs and lead the line for them really, really well, because he's shown potential in League 2 for us last year. He's had a decent-ish spell at Accrington Stanley in League 2. And I'm a bit shocked because I thought he was destined for an EFL move. But don't get me wrong, it's a great addition for Altrincham, and I think he will do, you know, really well. I'm sure he'll get a good run of games. He'll be a regular starter for them, hopefully get scoring goals. And of course, it's a relatively close move for Bickerstaff, with him being just 22 years old. If he's going to go out on loan to January, you're not going to go full send and send him to, you know, somewhere that's 3-4 hours away. He's going to stay local, and of course he has done that. Altrincham, it's just near Manchester, so it's only like an hour and 10, hour and 20 down the road. So, you know, it's good to see Bickerstaff moving to a local-ish club, and Altrincham have done well the past couple of seasons in regards to bringing players up, getting players into the team, scoring goals. The most notable one being Chris Clark last season, had a wonderful season, and it's a good environment to work in at Altrincham. So I'm sure that's something Wrexham had in mind, and I'm sure Bickerstaff, of course, will get plenty of minutes in the starting 11 and will really excel in the squad they've got. As they look to go and get playoffs and look to get promoted this season, I feel like they're getting closer and closer each year, so Bickerstaff will hopefully get them across the line, score many goals hopefully, and yeah, we wish Bickerstaff all the best of luck at Altrincham. And the final striker to go out on loan is Super Sam Dolby. He has left Wrexham to Dundee United up in Scotland for a season-long loan. A late and unexpected move for Sam Dolby. We were sat there, I think it was like 9 o'clock at night, and you see the news, oh, Sam Dolby to Dundee United's going to happen. Very, very bizarre, not one I expected. I expected him to stay in England, but he's made that brilliant move up to Scotland, of course, playing in Scotland's top division for the Tangerines, and he's going to be playing against the likes of Celtic and Rangers and gain the experience of playing in that bitter rivalry between the two Dundee teams. So he's going to gain some really valuable experience up there, and it would be brilliant to see Dolby, play consistently in that starting 11 for Dundee United, and hopefully on top of getting those minutes, score some goals. With the SPFL being such a competitive league, and you see stars like Furuhashi, the main ones that lead the line, but if we could see Sam Dolby chipping in with even just 10 plus goals, double digits, it would make a real statement to Parky that Sam Dolby still believes he is part of Wrexham plans going forward. And some of the older fans will know who I'm talking about on this one. He'll be playing alongside former Wrexham goal machine Louis Moult. So you're going to see Louis Moult and Sam Dolby up front for Dundee United. So yeah, moving on now, we're going to be doing a loan watch. I feel like I need to do this every single week because now we've got like 5 players out on loan. I think it's important to have a look how they're doing, and we're going to be starting off with goalkeeper Luke McNicholas. Of course, in the transfer window, he did make that loan move to Rochdale on a season-long loan, and so far in the National League, Luke has played all 6 of Rochdale's National League games, only conceding 2 goals, keeping 4 clean sheets as Rochdale sit 4th in the National League. What a start he has had to life at Rochdale. 2 goals conceded in 6 games, and of course keeping 4 clean sheets in such a really good start to the season with Rochdale is very promising. We know that there's quality there in Luke McNicholas. There's a good keeper, as we did see in the EFL Trophy, and I think it was really important that he went to a club that he was going to get regular minutes at, and Rochdale seems to be the perfect fit for him. He's going to be fighting, hopefully, at the top end of the table with Rochdale, keeping many clean sheets, hopefully performing at the top of his game. So McNicholas has had such a good start to life at Rochdale. Jordan Davis, of course, we saw he joined Grimsby Town a couple of weeks ago now it was, and he had such an excellent start at Grimsby Town, scoring those 2 goals in 3 games, and most specifically the brace that he did get against Cheltenham Town, scoring that last minute free kick, which saw obviously former Wrexham captain Luke Young score in that game as well. However, in the 13th minute in their trip to Notts County, on Sky Sports, it was there for everyone to see, Jordan Davis did suffer a hamstring injury. I think it was when he was running through on goal, something pulled up and he tried to carry on, went down, and he was brought off at the time, and I thought, yeah, this is just a precautionary injury, they don't want to risk anything, but David Artell has come out and said that Jordan Davis will be out for 3 months, which is very disappointing. And that's relying on everything going well for Jordan Davis. So it's very disappointing because we loaned Jordan Davis out because he wanted minutes. We wanted to see Davis get regular minutes week in, week out. And see his season cut short after just 3 games is really disappointing. And hopefully, I think he might do his rehab back in Wrexham because, we've got some brilliant physios. We've got a brilliant medical department at Wrexham. So we hope that he has a swift and speedy recovery, gets back to Grimsby Town in the December period, gets back scoring, gets those regular minutes back in the tank. Yeah, and someone we've just talked about now is Super Sam Dolby. Now, Dolby obviously signed on Saturday night, I think it was, just like 3.5-4 days ago now, and he's already featured for Dundee United away at Hearts of Midlothian, of course at the famous and historic Tynecastle Stadium. They won 1-0, Sam Dolby came on for the final 25 minutes of the game. 10 minutes after he came on, they hit the back of the net through Ross Graham, so it's a good win for Dundee United. It's good to see Dolby get some minutes straight off the back, and of course he came alongside former Wrexham striker Louis Moult. So yeah, a good start for Sam Dolby at Dundee United, and of course if we're looking at his next game, it's a massive challenge. It's a home tie against Glasgow Rangers. I'm sure this is what Dolby really wanted. He's going to gain that massive experience. Rangers are going to pack out that away and make some noise. It's just a big occasion, when any SPFL team does host Celtic or Rangers. It's good, and it's good for the players as well, because I think Rangers are in the Europa League this season. So imagine if Sam Dolby gets on the score sheet against Rangers. That would be incredible. And talking about our next loanee now, it's Jake Bickerstaff. Of course, we saw he went on loan to Altrincham. He did actually start their home game against Oldham Athletic last week, where he did play 61 minutes under his belt in that 1-1 draw. And of course, we're looking at Billy Waters now. He did not feature in the squad for Halifax Town. Now, of course, having secured the deadline day signing of Mo Fall from West Bromwich Albion for an estimated £500,000, it seemed as if our business was not done in terms of strikers. Wrexham reportedly made an inquiry over the availability of Stoke City striker Niall Ennis. As we've seen, Ennis remained a Stoke City player who featured on the weekend coming off the bench for 16 minutes for the Championship side, and of course we did not secure the services of Ennis, as it was sort of a late swoop, a late approach to see the availability of signing Niall Ennis. In my opinion, if we're looking at such a late move like this, it would have probably been a season-long loan. He's played 3 games for Stoke this season, and I don't think any of those were starts. It's obviously clear that he's part of Stoke City's plans, so Could that sway towards maybe it was more of a permanent deal? And more importantly, does this indicate that Parky did want another striker in? Of course, with the 3 loan departures of Bickerstaff, Dolby and Waters, it leaves us with 5 strikers. Now, was an extra striker necessary on the radar of the football club? Quite possibly. But now, of course, we've got 5 strikers now. We've got 5 brilliant strikers who are going to perform for us week in, week out. Adding that 6th one, was it necessary? I wouldn't have turned down the opportunity to sign Niall Ennis, but we haven't signed him, and he's probably going to be part of Stoke's plans up until January. Will Wrexham make an approach in January? It doesn't seem like we've held sort of a long-lasting interest in Niall Ennis. This seems sort of like it was a late approach. We saw Barnsley of League One were interested in him as well. So is this just looking at any striker out there who, you know, fit the traits that both managers wanted at Wrexham and Barnsley, looking to bring them in the last minute? But as we've seen, he remains a Stoke player, and this is sort of a non-story now. Yeah, and someone that Wrexham are looking to sign, a free agent Wrexham have on their radar. He's trained with the club. His dad has teased something on Twitter. Josh Adam. Now, the former highly rated Man City youngster was seen training with the first team last week ahead of our game away at Peterborough United, with a move looking very, very possible. Of course, you might have heard me say in my Mofile announcement video, he's a player that's had interest from Lorient over in France. He's had interest, you know, from a lot of other Bundesliga clubs. So he's a player that's in hot demand at the minute. He was destined for a move away from Man City last summer, where a lot of big clubs were looking at interested in securing his services. Of course, he stayed with the Citizens, the Premier League giants, last year. He was training as well in the first team squad ahead of their game against Wolves at the back end of last season. So he's a player that's highly rated by the youth team at Manchester City, by the youth staff. Everyone sees the potential in Josh Adam. He wasn't offered a new contract, which is sort of understandable, because you look at Man City, look at the players they've got in their squad. It would have been near enough impossible for Adam to get, you know, regular minutes in that Man City team. So of course he's a free agent now, which is very, very important looking at this possible signing, because you might all be thinking, oh, the deadline's shut, we can't sign anyone now because it's past the deadline. He's a free agent, meaning we can sign him at any point in the year, so there's no rush to sign Josh Adam. You know, we can agree terms, we can take our time with this, we can make sure he's got the right contract. There is no rush at all in securing the services of Josh Adam. Of course, we want him as soon as possible into that matchday squad, but if we're looking at, you know, securing personal terms, getting the contract, the wage, etc., we can take as long as we want. I think sort of a curveball in this potential signing as well was the fact that, of course, he was pictured in the training photos ahead of our trip to Peterborough United. The club have now deleted those pictures off the club website. They've deleted the picture of Josh Adam that was in the photo. His dad also replied to someone on Twitter. Someone asked, was it his son in this picture? And his dad replied, I think with like eyes emojis or something. His dad has now deleted that tweet. So what does this mean in terms of this possible signing? We could be looking into this too much, but if the club's deleted the picture and his dad's deleted his reply, could this mean that the transfer is possibly off? Or could this mean even better, that they're trying to sort of hide the signing of Josh Adam and make it a surprise to anyone that hasn't seen this news already? So yeah, it's definitely one to keep your eye on. I mean, I'd be really, really happy with Josh Adam. He's very highly rated. He had a good season last year for Man City youth team. He scored in the UEFA Champions League in the youth, of course. He's just a very highly rated player, and I think there's definitely a player in Josh Adam, and now is the time to step into the men's game. He's 21 years old. If we can get him performing week in, week out for us, we could have a real gem on our cards. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on the possible signing of Josh Adam in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts on the players that have headed out on loan, and let me know what you think was the best transfer of this summer deadline. I think this was probably our best summer transfer window we've had supporting Wrexham, definitely in my lifetime anyway. And of course, we've had a brilliant start to match that in League One this season. Until then, take care guys, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, do all that good stuff. If you'd like to support the channel further, of course, it's the first link in the description down below, and I'll see you in another video. Take care guys, up the town.